Rainy day here. Getting ready to unload the Jeep and do the rear main seal today over at Deep South 4x4 with Justin Kemp. Here we go. So I've been dealing with an oil leak for over a year now. It's not the oil cooler. I have replaced that one with an aluminum one a while back due to a pressure sensor, the oil pressure sensor issue. And there's no evidence of any puddling at the oil cooler and no drips or oil collecting on the sides of the bell housing. But I do see it at the interface between the engine and the transmission at those access holes where those rubber plugs are. And then you can see it dripping heavily on my skid plate. Okay, so last February I tried adding AT205 reseal when I did an oil change. After that, it seemed like a couple weeks later my leak reduced almost to nothing. But the weather also got warmer, so it was springtime, so I'm not really sure what was the main factor there. But I did have some issues with the engine. I had a limp mode situation. I had to drive back at like 20 miles an hour back to my house. So I don't know how all this stuff mixes with the oils. Maybe it settles over time, but I went ahead and did an oil change to get it out of my system. So I don't recommend the AT205. I wouldn't use that. So I'm going to go ahead and attack the RMS. You know, the way it's leaking now, it looks like it's the rear main seal. It could also be the upper oil pan, but we're going to try attacking the RMS first and see if that fixes the issue. Yeah, I also put a bore scope up in that access hole, and I could see it's really wet, you know, up in that area by the RMS. All right. Checking out the leak here. So it's definitely leaking here and here. These running those plugs, and obviously it moved back when it was driving, but there's nothing like up on the bell housing up above it, so that doesn't seem like the oil cooler. Then there's also...
Place you've already replaced the oil cooler.
Yeah, the oil cooler's been replaced for the sensor. That wasn't really for a leak, but you'd see it way back in here coming down the transmission if it was the oil cooler. And then up here, looks like the upper, what about the upper oil pan? What do you think? Looks like I got leak all the way along the edge here. What do you think?
Well, I'm looking at what's wet right here is going to be coming from
above?
From above, wherever that, you know, right there at that power steering pump.
Yeah, I replaced that power steering pump last year, so we'll just focus in on the RMS leak and come back to this one another day. All right, first, one of the things you gotta do is take this drive shaft off in the rear. Working on that. And then you can get the front. That's next.
That's there. Hit that little button right there.
Induction heater, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Oh yeah. Video, look at that. Cool.
It's not really heat, awesome. It's probably more right here. You can put some pressure, major pressure on something this one. Yeah, it's that thing.
Let's see this bitch come apart. Wow. Oh, it was a vent tube.
Yeah, the vent tube for transmission. I couldn't get to it when it was all the way up there. I knew it had some slack to it. So.
Very nice. Wow. Put all that up in there, man.
Looks like it's leaking. See right here.
Uh-huh.
But the rear main itself's not even leaking. But we had to do that to get to change that plate anyway.
Yeah.
Or seal that plate back up. So.
Well, I guess you could do the.
Yeah.
the
We gotta
lower
take.
band.
You gotta take.
Nice.
So the leak path is not obvious, but most likely it's at the corners of the where the RTV on the fang surface at the bottom of the RMS is, and that's where those fasteners are that you can access from the bottom of the transmission.
My uncle Jimmy designed it, and a friend of his.
It's awesome.
A friend of his at the time worked at a
That's so cool.
but instead of you gotta be careful going back together with it and make sure all that
Everything's clear, right?
above the bow.
Yeah.
Like whenever I get up here close, whenever I get the transmission up here close,
Yeah.
I'll actually take like these fuel lines right here are hard mounted right there, so you can't slide it forward enough to get it on top of the well house like it needs to be. Like
Just keep springing back,
it
doesn't
just
it?
keeps springing back. So I just take a pry bar or something once you get the transmission up there close. Take a pry bar and hold it up like that till I get it seated.
This is the part they didn't show in the other video I saw.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure he had some kind words for the designers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Doing this part right here, laying on your back either on the paper or on the floor, either one is a pain in the ass. There's one right there. Well, wear your leg out till it hits that second cylinder.
That's cool how you get that control,
Yeah.
angle it.
Yep.
Roll it.
Whatever you need to do.
This thing's pretty cool. Alright.
It's also got this one right here. You can actually go side to side with it.
Ah, nice.
Number I recognize it, unless I got it stored in my phone or whatever, I ain't gonna answer it. Oh, I'm not watching.
No. But I'm on that do not call list, so I'm like, how am I still getting spam calls? Yeah.
Yeah, do not call this. Don't hear all of them. Don't hear all of them.
That was like, you got to sign up for that in 2006 or something like that.
Yeah. I think pull that pry bar out. Maybe. Like that.
We have engagement. Ah, that's a good sign. There it comes. Yes. I don't know why I like this part.
Do it.
I don't know why I like this, but it's just soothing to me when I see the old stuff come out.
Yeah, that fluid needs to be changed bad.
Wow.
You smell it?
Yeah. It's only been 30,000 miles.
Okay, now for the results. You see before the RMS replacement, there's oil puddle at those plugs. And after, you don't see as much. I see a little bit of residue. And then before, it's at the RMS bolt, at that access hole, you see oil. After, I don't see any now. So I think that's a positive in the right direction. So only time will tell. You know, worst case, if I still have some oil leaking, then I'll attack the upper oil pan. But right now it looks like an improvement, and I'm not going to mess around with it until my next oil change. All right, thanks for watching. Yep, this was a successful RMS install, and I really appreciate all the help from Justin Kemp. If you need any work on your Jeep and you're in the Atlanta area or West Georgia or East Alabama, contact Justin Kemp at deepsouthoffroad@gmail.com. He does great work. Thank you.